Hello students, welcome to your chemistry class. In the last video we have discussed around 15 questions of your first chapter. Today we are going to discuss about the rest of the halves. Okay, so let's start. First question, give reasons why atomic size decreases across a period but increases down a group of the periodic table. So you know, atomic size gradually decreases from left to right across a period of elements. You can see here that your atomic size gradually decreases from left to right across a period of elements. This is because within a period or family of elements, all electrons are added to the same cell. Okay? At the same time, electrons cannot shield each other from the attraction to protons. Protons are being added to the nucleus. While moving down a group in the periodic table, the number of electrons and filled electron cells increases. Wait, I will show you in the diagram. So look at here students, this is your third period. Okay, so you can see here the valence electrons increases in each step, but the number of cell each remains same, that is your 3. Okay, the number of cell is your 3, but the number of valence electrons it increases in each step by 1. But in the group, the number of cell increases. Okay, each by in one period. See here 2 cell, but here 3, here 4, like this way. But the number of valence electrons remains same, that is 7. Okay, so that's why your atomic size gradually decreases from left to right. Okay, the next question, how would the atomic radius of a noble gas be compared with other elements in a period? So at that time I told you that inert gases is measured in van der Waals radii, while the others are measured in the covalent radii. That means van der Waals radii are larger than covalent radii. It is for this reason that noble gases are very large in size as compared to other atoms. Okay, so your 60 number completed. Then 70 number, the atoms of A and B have electronic configuration 282 and 26 respectively. To which periods do A and B belong? To which groups do A and B belong? What are the valences of A and B with respect to hydrogen? The first question, what is that? That to which periods do A and B belong? So see here, the electronic configuration is given, that is 282. So which element is this? This is your magnesium, and this one is your oxygen. Okay, 282 means your 12, that is your magnesium. 26 means that is your 8 oxygen. So to which periods do A and B belong? So your A belongs to which period? A belongs to your third period. Okay, that is magnesium belongs to third period, and B, that is your oxygen, that belongs to your second period. Okay, A belongs to third period and B belongs to second period. Then to which groups do A and B belong? So your A belongs to A and B, they both belongs to group 2. Okay, sorry, your A belongs to group 2. Okay, that is your magnesium. A belongs to group 2 and B belongs to group 16. Okay, B belongs to group 16 and A belongs to group 2. Okay. Then what are the valencies of A and B with respect to hydrogen? So with respect to hydrogen, the valency of A is your 2 and the valency of B is also 2. Okay. Then your next number, that is 18. Noble gases have 0 electron affinity values. Explain. So listen the answer. Your 18 number A. So what is the question given? Noble gases have 0 electron affinity value. Why? Because you know noble gases have 0 electron affinity values because they have stable electronic configuration. That means their outermost orbital is fully filled and they have no tendency to take an additional electron. Hence, no energy is released and their electron affinity is 0. Okay? Do you understand, students? Then, which is larger, sodium or potassium, and why? So, normally potassium is larger than sodium because the ionic radius increases in a particular group on moving from top to bottom due to increase in the principal energy cell, though the number of electrons in the valence cell remains the same. So you know that while moving from top to bottom, your atomic radius or atomic size increases. Okay? So this is the reason that your potassium is larger. Again listen the answer. Potassium is larger than sodium because the ionic radius increases in a particular group on moving from top to bottom due to increase in the principal energy cell, though the number of electrons in the valence cell remains the same. Okay. The next question. From amongst beryllium, boron and carbon, choose the element with highest ionization energy. So you know that your Akrosa period, okay, your ionization energy increases. That means obviously carbon will have the ionization energy because in the periodic table first your beryllium, then boron, then carbon it is there. So your Akrosa period, your ionization energy increases. That means carbon is the last one. So this will have the highest ionization energy. Okay. Then next question. What is similar in the electronic structure of lithium, sodium and potassium? That if you will see their electronic configuration or electronic structure, all they have valence electron 1. And we can say all they have the valency also 1. Okay, so this is the similarity. Why is ionization energy of oxygen less than that of nitrogen? So why? So you know that across a period, okay, your ionization energy increases. According to that, so first your came nitrogen comes first, then oxygen, because this one is a 7, then this one is a 8. So according to the periodic table or according to the theory, ionization potential increases across a period. That means your oxygen should have the higher ionization energy, but unexpectedly oxygen also has an low ionization energy, less than that of nitrogen. This is due to an electron being added to the already half filled orbital in oxygen, which results in electron-electron repulsion, which will lower the ionization energy. So I told you before that if there is half filled orbital, then there will be more electron-electron repulsion. Okay, there will be more repulsion in between the electrons, which lower the ionization energy. That's why oxygen has the lower ionization energy as compared to your nitrogen. Okay, so this is the reason that ionization energy of oxygen less than that of nitrogen. Okay, so you write the answer that oxygen also has an unexpectedly low ionization energy less than that of nitrogen. This is due to an electron being added to an already half-filled orbital in oxygen, which results in electron-electron repulsion, which will lower the ionization energy. Okay, then F number. Magnesium ion is smaller than oxygen ion, although both are isoelectronic. Explain. So, what will be the answer? That they both are isoelectronic. Okay. So, magnesium ion is smaller than oxygen ion, though both are isoelectronic. So, the nuclear charge in magnesium is 12, whereas oxygen is 8. So, with the increase in nuclear charge, the size decreases and hence oxygen is greater than magnesium. Okay, see, in your periodic table, while moving in the period, your oxygen in the second period and magnesium in the third period. We know that when we move from left to right, your atomic size decreases. Okay, and so when we'll come to oxygen, as we go from left to right, oxygen has smaller size as compared to a lithium. Like that, if we'll come to magnesium, okay, so here the question is, magnesium ion is smaller than oxygen. Why it is asking? So your answer is, so we know that both are isoelectronic. Okay, and the nuclear charge in magnesium is 12 and oxygen is 8. So with the increase in nuclear charge, the size decreases. Okay, if you will increase the nuclear charge, the size will decrease. So oxygen is greater than your sodium. Okay, and another thing, isoelectronic means what? Isoelectronic means they have the same valency or same electronic configuration, but here they don't have the same electronic configuration, but they have the same valency, that is 2. Okay, so the important thing is, with increase in the nuclear charge, the size decreases. That's why your magnesium ion is smaller than your oxygen. Okay, then your next question, 19. So students, do you understand that 80 number F question's answer? Look at here again. We know that across a period your atomic size decreases, but the nuclear charge increases. That means here your oxygen it is there and here your magnesium it is there. This has the atomic a lesser atomic size as compared to magnesium, but the nuclear charge here is the maximum, because by moving from left to right your nuclear charge increases. So whatever the nuclear charge it will be here, obviously it will be greater than here. Okay, the nuclear charge of your magnesium is 12 and this one is your 8. But we have to remember that if the nuclear charge increases, the atomic size will be decreases. Okay, then next question, 90 number. Among the elements of the period 2, pick out the element, okay, with the highest ionization potential. So in period 2, the highest ionization potential will be which one? Because the ionization potential across a period it increases. So here across period 2 means this one, So tell me which one will be the highest ionization potential? That is your this one, neon. Okay. Then the lowest atomic size, which one? You know that across a period your atomic size decreases. So lowest atomic size also your neon. Okay. Then highest electron negativity. So you know electronegativity increases, okay, left to right, but this your inert gases, they don't have electron affinity. Okay, so your fluorine is the highest electronegativity value. Okay, then next question, that is your 20 number. Electron affinities of two elements A and B are as follows. That is, the electron affinity of A is your 3.79 electronic volt and B is 3.56 electronic volt. So which of them will ionize more easily and why? So your A will ionize more easily than B, because more is the electron affinity of an element, the more will be the tendency to accept electrons. Okay, that's why your A get ionized easily, because A has the more electron affinity value as compared to B. Okay, then 21. Groups having elements with conjugating atomic numbers, then elements in the same period having same valency. Are the statements correct? If not correct, if not, then correct them. So yes, both are correct statement. Yes or no? In the groups they have, if elements are in the same period, obviously they have the same valency. Okay, and they have conjugative atomic number also. So this will be the two statements are correct. Okay, then how do the following properties vary in period 3? Okay, atomic size. So you know across a period your atomic size decreases. Okay, then your metallic character and your metallic character. So you know across a period your metallic character decreases. Okay, then non-metallic character increases across a period. Then ionization potential, it also increases from moving from left to right. Then electron affinity also increases while moving from left to right. Then electronegativity also it increases from left to right. Okay, so remember your electron affinity and electronegativity is same. Then complete the following suitably. In a vertical column of elements in a subgroup of the periodic table, as you go from top to bottom. Okay, here the question is given in any vertical column of elements in a subgroup. Okay, it will go from top to bottom. Okay, so the elements become less metallic or more metallic. So you will write that the elements become more metallic. Okay, because you know that while moving from top to bottom your metallic character increases. Okay, then the number of electronic cells, this one also increases. Okay, in each step. Then ionization potential, it decreases. Okay, while moving from top to bottom the ionization potential decreases. Then electronegativity, it also decreases while moving from top to bottom. Okay, then 23 complete, 23 are finished. Okay, then 24. Does electron affinity represent energy absorbed or energy released? So you know that electron affinity means what? Electron affinity means it is the amount of energy released when an isolated gaseous atom accepts an electron from an anion. So here the answer will be released. Okay. Then name an element having the highest electron affinity. So look at here. The electron affinity, it increases while moving from your across a period, and down a group your electron affinity decreases, but here it increases. Okay, so you know that this inert gases, they don't have the your what is that electron affinity, so this group will have the highest electron affinity. So here asking the element, so you can write chlorine. Okay, there is another question, why fluorine have the lower electron affinity as compared to chlorine. I will say that one later on, but here the answer is chlorine. Of your that 24 number B answer is your chlorine. Okay, then next question, 25th. Okay students, if it is not visible clearly, then all of you see your book. Okay, then horizontal rows in the periodic table are called what? They are called the periods. Okay, then an element with 3 electron cells belongs to period. So if your 3 electron cell, that means that belongs to your third period. Okay, then group 1 elements are called your alkali metals. Your 17 elements are called the halogens. Group 18 elements are called the inert gases. The 17 are the halogens. Okay, the tendency to gain electrons based on moving down a group of the periodic table. So the tendency to gain electrons your decreases. Okay, on moving down group of the periodic table. Then on moving down a group, the atomic size increases. Okay, then the greatest metallic character is found in the elements in the densest part of a group, that is your lowest part. Okay, atomic size does with decrease in nuclear choice, so atomic size your decreases. Okay, chlorine has less electron affinity than fluorine, so chlorine has your more electron affinity than fluorine. On going across from left to right in a period, ionization potential your increases. Okay, then on moving across the period from left to right, electropositive character decreases. Okay, then next, your answer is given here. Okay students, across a period from left to right, valence electrons increases by 1, because this is your new book and the answer is already given. Okay, and 27 also answer it is given, and why? Okay, why the answer is so, you know. Okay, otherwise we will discuss. The question refers to, okay, your next question. The question refers to the following periodic table of the first 3 periods. Some of the elements are shown in the alphabet. The letters are not symbol of the elements. So everything is just same. You have to see that first 3 periods here it is given. That means 1 will come to here and 2 will be here. This one hydrogen, this one your helium, and the remaining till 18 your third period it is there. So this is your up to our third period. Okay, 1, 2, then up to 18. Which of the lettered element is an inert gas? So which one will be your 10 and 18? 2, 10 and 18. These 3 are the inert gases. Okay, 2, 10, 18. State 2 of the lettered elements which are in the same group. That means their symbols will be in two lettered. Okay, so which one? Here 1 it is there, means this one is a hydrogen, this is not two lettered, but this 3 is your lithium, this is your two lettered, and 11 is your sodium, this is also two lettered, beryllium and magnesium also two lettered. Then your boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine are not two lettered, but you will write helium, neon and argon, these three are the three lettered. Okay, so here the question is given, you have to write the name of the two lettered elements which are in the same group, means these two are in the same group, this one also same group, and these three also in the same group. Okay, 2, 10, 18. Okay, then last question, give the name of the halogen element together with the number of group and period, that is its position in the periodic table. So tell me the name of the halogen element. So you know this one is your halogen group 9 and 17. Okay, so what is the name of the 9 element? That is 9 is your fluorine and this one is your chlorine. Okay, so fluorine is your which group? Group 17. They both in the same group 17, but their period is different. This one is your second period, this one is your third period. Okay, then your last question 27. The following table represents the first 20 elements of the periodic table. Group 3rd A elements have dash electrons in their outermost shell. So they have 3 electrons in their outermost shell, because you know their group tells about their valence electrons. Nitrogen has dash electrons in its outermost shell. So in nitrogen you know 2, 7. Okay, sorry, 2, 5. So the 5 electrons are there in the outermost shell. This one. Group 0 elements have dash electrons in their outermost shell except. So group 0 elements have 2 electrons. Sorry. This answer is wrong. Okay, because group 0 elements have generally they have 8 electrons. Yes or not? Okay, but except your helium. Helium only have 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so this one you will write group 0 elements have 8 electrons in their outermost shell except your helium. Okay, here it is given 2 and hydrogen, but hydrogen is not a 0 element. Okay, this answer is wrong. Then the outermost shell electrons are also known as valence electrons. Okay, when an atom of magnesium unites with another atom to form a compound, dash electrons of a magnesium are primarily involved. That is, as they have the 2 valence electrons, so their 2 electrons are involved. Okay. Okay students, this much for today's class. So we have completed the question answer first part of your first topic, you can say. In the next video we will read about the relationship between atomic number and atomic mass. Okay, thank you.